All right, so the getting started module is finished. You've uploaded and done everything you're supposed to do by the deadline so that you're not going to get dropped from class. And so now it's basically some time to do some review. Let's get some ideas back. Basically it's some arithmetic ideas, fraction work, how to add and subtract signed numbers and multiply signed numbers, some order of operation work, some lines and graphing them, equations of lines. So stuff that you should know. Let me preface this by saying that if you do not understand some of this material in the review, that's probably a good indication that you are in the wrong class and you probably should be taking college algebra prep. All right, but let me go ahead and just kind of walk you through the review module, show you what is going to happen. So let me share my screen. There's basically our home screen. Oops, let me go into the student view. That's my view. All right, and you're basically in modules. You just completed the getting started module, and you are basically in the practice your algebra basics module. All right, the review. On this page, there's the video you're watching. Right, the first thing you'll notice that there is a link, all right, to a pretest that I like to give my 121 students. So go ahead and upload it. And I would encourage you to try doing as many of these problems as you can on your own. So you'll notice, again, there's some fraction work, some solving a linear equation, solving some formulas, some inequalities, right? Slope, right? And equations of lines and slope-intercept equations of lines. So those are some basic ideas that you should know how to do going into everything that we're doing here, all righty? And again, I would encourage you, let me come back to here, upload it, give those things a try. If you feel pretty comfortable with them, then you're probably going to be okay. If you don't feel very comfortable with them, that's probably a bad sign, but we're going to be okay depending on what happens next. All right. So since this is review, I will not be doing a formal lecture. So what you're getting in this review module is pretty much it. Okay. So what you're going to do next is hit the next button. And what I have, the pretest that I just shared with you, here's a video. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, where I basically go through every single pretest problem. I show you how they should have been done, right? Give you some inside information on why, right? And hopefully you'll have what I call a lot of aha moments. Again, as a reminder, as you watch these videos, if they seem a little blurry on you, right, just go ahead and press the little gear sign over here to the left and bring it up to the 1080 high definition. And that should clear things up. All right, let me go ahead and stop that. All right, because unfortunately, everything I shoot is in high definition, but when I upload them into Canvas, it plays in kind of some of the worst mode. So if you find that it's a little blurry or you can't see, just hit the gear sign and get it up to its highest resolution, and things should be fine. All right, but there's basically my how to do everything on the pretest. And I'm hoping you have some aha moments. So the next thing you should do, excuse me, is I also, again, I'm not technically using a textbook, but in the textbook I used to use, right, there's basically 3 review exercise sets. So I uploaded them all. So the first one, if you upload it, right, there's basically some review on your number system, right? How to add and subtract and multiply, do some order of operations, some fraction work with your numbers. The next one, right, is basically how to solve R2 is basically how to solve linear equations and linear equalities and formulas. So get some practice there. R3 is basically your slope, your rate of change, um, right? Your equations of lines and graphing lines, right? And the slope intercept equations of lines. I also have answer keys uploaded for you, all right? So there's basically some ways for you to basically practice some of the things you saw to get ready for the review test. So hopefully after you practice some of these areas, you really have it down. You're like, hey, I remember all this. I'm good to go. All right. So when you've done that, your next step is to go to the discussion board. And if you have any remaining questions, if something's not clear than the video, if you're struggling understanding how they got an answer in some of those homework sets that I just shared with you, here's the place where you want to pose those questions. All right. And then last but not least, there's the review test itself. All right. You will only have one attempt to get this done, so make sure you're getting it right. Um, so you're going to upload the review test and you're going to do it. Just like you did the practice assignment, if you can print it out and then do them by hand, you can do it that way. If you want to put it in your iPad or your Surface Pro and use your stylus and write on that, you can do that. If you have to go old school, right, rewrite the problems on a good old fashioned paper pencil and do the problems that way. Convert the files, right? And then just like you did in the practice assignment, when you're ready to start it, right? Upload your files, put it in the Canvas Speed Grader so that I can grade it and kind of assess your readiness for this class. All right, so that's how you basically do the review test. Let me go ahead and cancel this since I don't want to actually do it right now. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll grade it and score out of 35. Basically, if you score anywhere in the upper 20s, you're probably going to be okay. If you score anywhere below the 20s, that's probably not a good sign that you're in the right class. And again, I would encourage you to basically take a college algebra 114 college algebra prep class. This is all due by Wednesday. Same, lots of things due, right? Your email response, your practice assignment, and your intro, as well as your review retest, right? Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. All right, is when this is all due. I will not drop you from class if you don't have this part done, right? Because it's basically review and worth 35 points, and I don't think you want to miss this one. All right, but the other three, make sure you get those all done by the deadline so you're not dropped as a no-show and all that other good stuff. All right, so that's basically a review assignment. Let me go ahead and stop. The next one, yeah, I think is just the calendar. Yeah. All right, so that's basically a review assignment. Text me if you have any questions. Use the review discussion board if you have any questions. And again, as a reminder, please do not discuss any test or quiz-like questions on the discussion boards. That is an example of cheating, right? So, I mean, you can use all the other resources you want, right? You can Google things, use the videos, use the homework, right? There's a lot of resources you can use, but make sure you're doing your own work, all right? Please don't discuss questions on the discussion boards. After due dates, knock yourself out. You can talk about the review test and everything else as much as you'd like. But prior to any due dates, please just keep it straight. Just discuss videos and homework sets that I probably have given out. All right, so hopefully that's clear as mud. I'm looking forward to your guys' really first official test of the semester, see how that goes, and gauge our readiness for Math 121. All right, I will talk with you guys later.